If we're considering, therefore, that criticality is important to reflective practice, then what we begin to understand is that critical reflection is actually the same as critical thinking. And there are a number of models of critical thinking that the reflective practitioner can use in order to achieve a good level of criticality in the reflection that they engage with. And what all of the models of critical thinking do is look at particular aspects of the experience from different perspectives. The first perspective that we can consider is what's called retrospection, or in other words, looking back on the experience and then reflecting on that experience as a past event. In a way, it's like reflection on action. And what this actually does for the reflective practitioner, this retrospection, is engage with the process of description, of noticing experiences, and to begin to frame them conceptually from a distance rather than immediately in the classroom. The next level of critical thinking is self-evaluation. For the reflective practitioner, it's important to think analytically and evaluatively about experiences, critical analysis and evaluation of our actions, and also of the feelings that we have, our responses to experiences that we have, is important, because it's at this point we begin to understand all of these from theoretical academic perspectives and begin to make cognitive links in the conceptual frames. And the next step, perhaps the most significant step for the reflective practitioner in terms of critical thinking, is what's known as reorientation, or in other words, using the analysis, using the results of self-evaluation to generate new action, to influence processes, procedures, our approaches to teaching perhaps, in order to resolve problems that we're experiencing, or to create new situations and new experiences in our teaching. So, therefore, part of criticality, part of critical thinking, is essentially not seeing problems as problems, but trying to transform problems into opportunities for learning. The critical thinker, the reflective practitioner who's operating at a critical reflection level, does not see problems, but actually sees an opportunity to construct ways for learning, to construct new ideas, new approaches in order to develop professionally. And so what you're always trying to do is to challenge yourself as a reflective practitioner, not just to dwell on the problems, but to look at problems from a very constructive, opportunistic point of view. So there could be some useful questions that you could ask yourself as a reflective practitioner. For example, when you're analysing and self-evaluating, a question could be, well, did you analyse deeply enough? Did you analyse broadly enough in order to see the problem, see the situation, understand the experience properly? Another question that you can ask yourself at this point is, although you see the problem, do other people see the problem? Did your students experience the problem as you experienced it? Do your colleagues in school experience similar problems? If they were to observe your lesson, would they identify the same problem that you identify? So this level of critical thinking is important for the critical reflection that the teacher can engage with. Another question is, well, if you are going to try some improvement in your teaching, does it really address the problem, or are you just trying to overcome the hurdle, overcome the problem, rather than looking at conceptually what the problem really entails? And a final question that you could ask in terms of being a critical thinker is, is the analysis specific enough? Is your thinking around the experiences that you're having, the problems that you're attempting to address, is it detailed enough? Are you thinking through all of the issues, all of the factors, and using this thinking in order to develop strong strategies for moving forward?